Click blockos. Clickable button. Clickable button. Click Megan Vigilante Bot Live 003.
Hello, everyone. This is Blind Adam. Wonders. This is Awesome Sauce Radio. Awesome Sauce. I hope you're having a great and beautiful evening. Before I bring in the guest for tonight, I would like to say thank you to the official pizzeria of Awesome Sauce Radio. I thank you for sponsoring the episode. That would be DeMarco's Pizza, located at 1926 Union Valley Road, Hewitt, New Jersey 07421 973 728 1344. If you want to they cater all events. They have a full Italian menu, which is delicious. You can find plenty of videos of me stuffing my fat face with their delicious food. But I recommend them highly. I've been going there for about 40 years now. 1926 Union Valley Road, Hewitt, New Jersey 07421 973 728 1344. DeMarcosTPizza.com. Tell them what I'm selling you. Now that we thank the sponsors, I would like to welcome to the show. She has an amazing podcast over on YouTube, Vigilante Vibes. Megan, how are you?
Good. I'm so happy to be here. I'm such a big fan.
Thank you. And it's mutual. I was actually, before I was setting everything up, I was watching your X-Men 97 episode.
Oh, thanks.
Yeah. Because we actually agree on X-Men 97.
It's hard to find someone to actually agree with when on that show.
But we'll backtrack to some of the other questions. So, why do you think that this season feels extremely rushed?
I don't know why they're rushing it, because they are. They're going through so many comic stories that I would really like to see play out, like Gambita's death, really anything with Apocalypse, and they're just speed running to the end of the season, which would be fine if we had longer episodes or more episodes, but that's not what they're doing. And they did it with the first season, and I overlooked it then because I was like, it's just finding its footing. It's his first season. And then the second season, and it's like, man, I don't know what's going on there. And that's my only complaint. That's it. Everything else is amazing. Just
like I said, I only had 3 complaints throughout the whole season. One is the way they're pacing. I wish they had more of 9 episodes. I wish they would have like at least 15.
Yeah.
I don't like how they, with the Wolverine morph dynamic, how all of a sudden they're buddy again for the first time you see them on screen since the Weapon X sequel.
Yeah, I would have liked to see whatever happened in the background, whatever moves were being made. I would have liked to see that happen.
Yeah, like I said, Marth is always been one of my favorite characters. In fact, my trademark laugh that I do for here at Step Comedy was based on the Morph laugh.
Oh, I like that.
Because I always got a kick out of it. And like I said, they had that whole, like heartbreak and sex, lies, and DVDs, and then it was just like they were like nothing happened ever. You never saw the result of that.
That's the issue, is that every episode feels like a one-shot comic, and except with Apocalypse sprinkled in all over the season, and it's like I don't think any of these stories are going anywhere.
Like I said, I hope by season 3 they have the pacing thing solved.
I'm very curious on that as well, because there was a lot of talk about Bo DeMayo and how he had anything to do with the season. I think season 3 is when we like figure out, okay, this will be permanent or this was fixed.
Yeah, because I'm wondering how much of the Bo DeMayo stuff that they tinkered with for season 2.
Yeah, because he was credited on a few episodes. Some people think that they're speedrunning through this season just to get through the Bo stuff so they don't have to credit him anymore. But we'll never know.
That sounds something like Mickey would do.
No, it does.
He's just, oh boy, we not giving Bo DeMayo no more credit. Fast forward this crap. Oh boy.
That was weirdly accurate. That was really good.
Thank you. So, how did you become a fan of comics?
I think I've always been a fan of Spider-Man in particular. There's a picture somewhere in my mom's house of me as a young child dressed as Spider-Man, and it kind of just evolved from there. Then it went into the X-Men, the animated series, and then all of the spin-offs after that. And there was a point where we didn't get any of the movies, of the series, besides the animated series and the Spider-Man series. We didn't get any of that. And it's like, if you wanted it, you had to find it yourself in the comics.
Yeah. This is what makes me kind of scratch my head is I see people complaining about like modern MCU or DCU or comic book content, and I was like, I grew up in the 80s, man. If we got one comic book movie a year, we were lucky.
Yeah.
We had Super Friends, Spider-Man and His Amazing Friends, a Howard the Duck movie, which is underrated in my opinion.
Oh, that was a movie that happened.
That it did. I guess I'm in the very small minority that liked that movie.
I know some people who like it. It's like, you know what? Good for you. We all have to like something.
That was the first movie I ever spent my own actual money on.
Oh, wow.
So it's like, I think that's why it has that special feeling to it.
Okay, that makes sense. There's a lot of nostalgia and like emotion there.
Yeah. All right, cool. So how did you make the leap into, building Vigilante Vibes?
I have a group on Facebook called the Nerd Haven that its whole mission is to have a safe space where nerds can just like what they like and not get judged for it. And it's gone on for like 5 years now. And it gave me the idea to have my own space with a podcast. And, my whole thing is Marvel. I love Marvel. I've always loved Marvel. And I wanted to have a place where you can enjoy my content, whether you know the comics or not. And so far, it's been pretty cool because there's been people who said, I had no idea about this character. Now I do. Now I'll check out the comics. And that just makes me happy.
Like I said, the one part of your whole channel I like is the character breakdowns.
Yeah, those are, I love doing those. I just finished one like
what
10
goes into
minutes
making
ago.
those? Because they look and sound very heavily researched.
They are so researched. They basically, you start from where the character starts in the comics and then you follow that trail. And I have notes. I have a whole journal full of notes, and then I have to use my computer notes as well at the same time, so I can go back and check and see, did this happen in this timeline? Did this happen before this or after this? And at that earlier X-Men comics, they jump around so much. They'll go from Uncanny X-Men to X Factor, finish the story over here, and it's just a lot.
Yeah.
And I just finished one that was so much. It was from from X-Men #1 to now. And
Was that Eugene Gray?
no, that one was the bane of my existence. That took since late November
I
of
haven't
last
watched
year.
the whole thing yet. I've only watched little chunks, and it's just like I said, I've had a week where I actually had to act like a grown adult for a little bit.
I understand.
So I got to be carefree and watch Spider-Man with my brother on Saturday.
Oh, did you like it?
And he liked the movie. The scene with Aunt May and Jean actually made me cry.
Oh.
And I also learned, don't watch YouTube videos on movie reviews before you go see them.
Yeah, I can honestly say I do not watch reviews or anything because they don't like what I like. They don't go to a movie with the same expectations, or they're not looking for the same things as me. So it's like, why am I going to take their opinion on it?
That's true. I do it more for visual reference. Blind Adam is not just a a nickname I made up for myself.
Yeah.
I actually am 95% visually impaired.
Yeah.
So like I just a couple videos on YouTube. I actually are my eyes after the effect. Like a lot of the Screen Crush and New Rockstars Easter egg videos.
Mm-hmm.
I say, "Ooh, that's the visual stuff I missed." All right, cool.
That makes sense. I never thought about that.
Yeah,
Huh.
you know, that's cool. What was the one character profile that you did that you said, "Oh man, I can't believe I thought this would never get done."
Oh, that was Jean Grey. But now I work on more than one at a time, because if you dive into a character, you're gonna hate that character at the end of it. You're gonna be so sick of that character's existence. So I was doing hers at the same time as this one, which it's Magneto. So both of theirs was a lot because they're very intertwined. And Magneto's his was hard because I try to make my character breakdowns like easy for people who don't read the comics to understand, and also want to be respectful of what happens in this character's life. Magneto's life is
Yeah,
rough. And so that was a lot. That was pretty hard to get through all
there's some
that.
things in Eric Lencher's past that are hard to sugarcoat and
Yeah.
try to be respectful and approach it from everyone being in a safe space at some points.
Yeah, and his is hard because as his character arc goes on in Marvel Comics, he just keeps adding things to his origin. Like, oh, and then this happened and this person died. I knew this person when I was in Auschwitz. And it's like, dude, just slow down, please.
You see, the thing that always irritates with Eric Magneto is every so often be like, "Ooh, here's another kid he had."
Yeah, and then there's another kid, and then, oh, just kidding, these are not his kids. And then it's like, oh, here's a clone of him. And it like, what are we doing? It's just wild.
Thank you for reminding me of the character Joseph.
Yeah.
And I was like, I may have to go seek these out at the next convention I'm at and actually reread them.
Yeah, he's in the current X-Men run right now. He's a bad guy, of course, but he's a very underrated character, and he's very underused for being a clone of Magneto, who's just as powerful as him.
Back in that time period after Onslaught, where they had no clue what they wanted to do yet.
I still think they still have no idea what they want to do, because I believe Joseph was originally meant to be Magneto, but then the writer was like, just kidding, make him a clone instead. And it was just everything done on the fly.
And in 30-something years, not much has changed at Marvel.
Yeah, they're still at it.
I have not really read much of the X books since the Coquilla era ended.
Mm-hmm.
And it was just like it's way too many titles, and I felt like I was doing homework to keep up at certain points.
Yeah, I totally get that. At the end, the fall of Krakoa, that's when I was at my wit's end, because you had to bounce around to every title just to figure out what was going on. And that's when it was clear they're doing too much, they're putting too much out, and the average comic reader isn't going to go buy 5 or 6 different issues a week just to keep up.
I think towards the end of the Krakoa era, I think it was like almost 10 to 15 X books.
It's so much. It was so much. But then with From the Ashes, after that, I feel like they started off really, really well, because they did start with new stories. It was easy to jump in for someone who wasn't very knowledgeable on the X-Men.
Yeah, because I think I liked it From the Ashes right before they started doing all the crossovers again.
Yeah, they need to calm down. They've done so many crossovers, so many events, and it's doing damage to the comics that are already going.
Yeah. What's your favorite thing about making content in the comic book content creation space?
Well, look, I love this content. I love the characters. I love the stories. They're ones that just mean a lot to me because I've been a lifelong fan of them, and I get to do these deep dives, and I get to make other fans of these people. And it's just like, I feel like I'm doing something, like making a bigger comic community by getting people more interested in these characters.
That's awesome.
Mhm.
You do an amazing job.
Thank you.
I really, like I said, as someone who's a sight impaired fan of a visual medium, you, there's a couple of like motion comic channels and channels that you do that are helping me. Even though I can't physically see it that well anymore, still have the same enjoyment I had when I could.
Oh, that makes me so happy. Thank you for telling me that.
Yeah, there's sometimes it's just, uh, you know, just like, because even when I enter at my own risk, and well, I had like a 99.9% say he was playing Jean Grey anyways.
I didn't want to believe it. I still, part of me is like, maybe she still isn't Jean.
So, what were your thoughts on Spider-Man: Brand New Day?
I loved the movie. I think that's my favorite Spider-Man movie. It feels the most like Spider-Man to me. My biggest problem, it wasn't Sadie Sink. It wasn't how she did in the movie because she did amazing. She's an amazing actress for someone so young too. It's crazy, but
I believe she's only 24.
yeah, she's so
No,
young.
give me 1 second, because my
you're
phone
fine.
that text to speech, of course, has to be interrupted.
You're fine. It wouldn't be podcasting if there wasn't technical difficulties.
That's true. Like I said, I thought I already turned the speech feature off, because anytime you get the slightest little notification on your phone, even if you move it the wrong angle, it just like start telling you the time and the weather, even when you don't want it.
Oh, I get it. It happens.
Yeah. Yes. So you like we're in agreement that she did an amazing job acting the part.
She did. I just don't think that was the right place to introduce Jean Grey. And I also think it could have been any mutant in her position in the movie and it wouldn't have made a difference. Any telepathic mutant with her powers, it wouldn't have made a difference. And, I would have really preferred it to be Firestar, who is, if people don't know, she met Peter Parker in college with Iceman, that was Spider-Man and his amazing friends. I think that would have made so much more sense.
You know what? Enlighten me on that, because when I think Firestar, I always see her as an animated character first.
Well, yeah,
Maybe just because that's my introduction to her as a 9-year-old kid eating cereal out of a bowl.
That's all of our introductions to her, honestly. She's a great character. She has a pretty devastating life.
Yes.
She is, at one point, is mentored by Emma Frost, which I thought, okay, it's got to be Firestar because we just got Emma Frost casting news. No, it wasn't. But she's a great character. She fits in so many places in the Marvel universe, with the X-Men, with X Factor, with really anywhere, and it would have just made so much sense because she's also someone who is alone, who knows that loneliness. And I think that would have fit the tone for Spider-Man: Brand New Day.
That's yeah. I guess I could see it.
Yeah.
A little bit. And Angelica Johns, as long as they don't use all of her tragic backstory.
Well, play around with it. They gave Jean a new tragic backstory with her mom kicking her out, which that's not.
Yeah, that's what that and the death of Sarah kind of made me like scratch my head.
Sarah does die in the comics. She is alive right now currently, but she does die in the comics at the hand of a anti-mutant activist. She was a mutant activist. She stood up for her sister. She was on TV. She did all of that, and then she was killed. In this one, she was never she never had powers like Jean, so that was new. And I guess it kind of made sense in the movie, but at the same time, it's like, why would they be after her but not Jean? They traveled together.
Yeah, that's true. I really think that this was more also a way to turn damage control into the mutant control agency.
Oh, for sure, especially with Bill Metzler there. That's
as soon as I was like,
his whole role in the comics. That's
Yeah.
what he does, anti-mutant.
so as soon as you see the inhibitor colors, brings
Yeah.
you back to the classic Genosa books.
Yeah. They came from then Spider-Man was the one that made a universal one. And I'm here to say Magneto in the MCU is gonna hate Spider-Man for that. So
Yep.
I'm interested for that.
Did they? I know I saw some rumors about casting for Cyclops. Who is playing Emma? As I did not see that news yet.
It's a Weaver. I can't remember her
Oh,
last name.
really?
Yes. The girl from Ready or Not 2, I believe.
Yep.
Yeah, that's excellent casting. I love that casting.
Yes, there is a God. We are not getting
Sydney Sweeney.
Yeah, there's it.
Yeah, I said the same thing. I was like, oh, thank God.
I was trying to have amuse you even thinking of her.
Yeah.
She had her chance in the Madam Web, and I'm probably in the minority of people who actually, Madam Web is one of my fall asleep movies.
That's understandable. It's I don't hate that movie. I don't like Morbius even more than that movie. So it's fine.
I have friends that are cam models that act better than Morbius.
Morbius was. I'm still confused. I've watched it twice, and I'm still so confused about that movie.
That's all corporate Sony meddling.
For sure.
You could tell they were trying to get Spider-Man the cameo in it, and they're like, "Nah, Sony was like, no, you can't have none of that."
Well, yeah, especially since in the commercials there was a Spider-Man poster in it.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
Yep. That's sweet. There is one thing about building, the comic book fan community and giving everyone a safe space. Something that's near to my heart. Probably get more people with physical and mental disabilities involved in this hobby and industry.
Yeah, so I've never really told anyone, but I
saw the post. I know where this is going.
My post? What post are you talking about?
The one where you talked about Free Comic Book Day.
Oh, yes, I did post that. Well, she's a big reason why. My daughter is autistic. She cannot read. This is a lot for her. She's very much a visual learner, and she has to see the pictures and hear it at the same time to really take it in. So I hope someday she watches these videos and she gets into the comics because she likes the characters. She's interested in them. She knows every Spider-Verse character, which is crazy because there's so many. So I hope someday that she gets to get into it.
Definitely sending positive vibes if that happens, and I'll keep your daughter in my thoughts and prayers.
Thank you. She's amazing. She's a lot, and she's exhausting, but she is amazing.
I have friends I have a couple friends in the autistic community that I love them to death, but sometimes it's just like, is it chore?
It takes a special person to handle it every day because there's stuff as someone who's not autistic, there's stuff that we get introduced to new things every single day. Maybe they're good things, maybe they're bad things, but we get introduced to them every day, so we have to work through them.
Yeah, I have a friend of mine who we do set up a comic book conventions together, and I always make sure I get that sleep the night before because I know he's just gonna, once he gets his mind set on a joke or something he thinks is funny, I know I'm gonna hear it like 900 times throughout the day.
Yeah, it turns into their stemming because she does stemming words as well, but it's more phrases. So probably about 860 times today I heard, "What's going on?" All day. She says it all day long. She does not expect an answer. She just needs to say it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like I said, I understand. I even let him know on the days when I'm, burnt out from everything I'm been working on behind the scenes. I just like, hey, dude, I just need a day off. If it's anything seriously important, I'm here for you, but I need a couple hours.
Which is fair. Self-care is very important.
Yeah. Besides, the one thing I, love about, since we're getting to know one another, I saw myself within comic book characters.
Mm-hmm.
At the age of 13, I was crying in class one day, and my best friend, she goes, "Why are you crying?" I explained, "Hey, I got this really rare eye condition. I may be blind, totally blind by the age of 18." She's like, "You're not gonna feel sorry for yourself because there's a blind superhero." She hands me a couple of the Frank Miller Daredevil comics.
Aww.
And one of them was the first appearance of Elektra.
Yes,
After
the
that,
Man Without Fear.
Yeah, after that, I was like, being blind is not going to be that bad. All right, cool.
He's the Man Without Fear, and that the comics you read from that run is a generational series. So there's no better way to get involved with the character than that one.
Yeah, and like I said, I saw myself within the character.
Oh,
whenever, especially young and learning how to do like certain things as I'm losing my sight. It's like, what would Daredevil do?
Yeah.
That's what got me through college too.
Oh, I love that so much. Wow.
Yeah. It's like my first time going to a bar in college. I was just like, what would Daredevil do? And after that, I just read the first appearance of Echo, where Matt Murdock is. Well, if I play the blindness card up a little bit, I'm sure I can get the girls to all help me out.
Matt Murdock certainly did that all the time.
Oh yeah, and I was like, okay, I got to share that story with David Mack at a convention. I said, I just want to say thank you because you helped me get break out of my shell in college.
What did he say? Did he love it?
Yeah.
Oh, that's so nice.
He's really appreciative because that's the. Like I said, even Echo is mute and hearing impaired.
Yeah. Fantastic.
I always loved it that with like Kurt Connors as the lizard, he would have his arm, but when it became back human, he was an amputee again.
Mm-hmm.
That's what kind of comic thing. That's what I like to. My whole thing is, comic books can teach people. Or actually anyone, but especially people with physical or mental limitations, that you can find ways around it and still have a fulfilling, loving, amazing life if you choose.
It's true.
So, where do you have any expectations for Daredevil Born Again Season 3?
I do and I don't. With the addition of the rest of the Defenders and Elektra, and Kingpin is still there, even though they said they're pulling away from the Kingpin storyline. I have no idea, because what villain is so big that it takes all of the Defenders? It's not the Hand, because they already went after the Hand.
And the Hand got their ass. Excuse my language, but didn't the Hand just got their asses handed to them in Spider-Man Brand New Day?
Yeah. So it's like, who are they going to go after? And I really want it to be Mr. Negative. I think that would be really cool.
I think that would be awesome. I'm just wondering if the behind the scenes politics with the way sharing arrangements work and all that. If Sonny would be like, no, Mr. Negative is a Spider-Man villain.
Well, sorry, I'm like tripping over my words.
You're in the club.
He's very involved with Daredevil too. His biggest two are Spider-Man and Daredevil because, they're the street level heroes. Yeah. So Spider-Man's much more involved, but Daredevil's the clear second.
I can see it. And I think it's time you don't ever not use the Kingpin. Give him a little bit of a break.
Yeah, you're going to overuse him and then you're just not going to have him. Kingpin wasn't only Daredevil. He wasn't Daredevil's only villain. There's so many more you could work with.
Then I don't. If there's a way that minor technology can make Stiltman cool.
Yeah.
Even if it's just for like a one episode, I'd be happy.
Yeah. Yeah, I agree.
And unfortunately, they killed the owl in the first season of the Netflix series. So
they got rid of him really quick. Like it felt like someone on that set did not like him.
Yeah, and then of course they killed Ben Urich, and that was the only thing from season 1 that really I was like, huh?
Yeah, but I do like the use of BB Urich because Ben was such a big character in the comics, and I hate that they killed him off. That has driven me nuts for years. But BB, I really like her. I think she's a very modern take on Ben.
The character grew on me. I grew on me over time.
That's fair.
I think it was up to maybe the second half of season 2 where she really started to grow on me.
That's fair. She was a lot for a Daredevil show. She was very outgoing, very outspoken. And the Daredevil shows usually aren't that young. They're not that lively like that. They're very dark and gritty. And I was worried she would stick out like a sore thumb, but she made it work.
Yeah, like I said, I hope they use her more in season 3. And I also am really looking forward to see where they take the Heather Glenn as Muse thing as well.
I'm interested in that as well because the Lady Muse is a new character. It's a newer character. It comes from Daredevil Unleash Hell that came out a year and a half ago by Erica Schultz. So she's newer, and I'm surprised they jumped on that so quick.
I had a feeling the way that season 1, when they killed him off and left her there, I was like, I wonder.
I was interested because he's kind of alive, kind of not really. He's in hell, but he's like doing his thing down there. And with the female Muse, she was possessed by him and taken over by him. So she was doing his bidding on Earth for a little bit until she joined him in hell. But it's clear that they're making it more of a Heather Glenn is succumbing to her trauma and turning into Muse himself.
Yeah. Hang on a second. Amazon, stop. I use audio cues.
Yeah.
Like I said, my sighted producer is out with the flu this week.
Oh, that's such a bad time to have the flu when it's hot outside.
He's just like texting them on Tuesday when I got back from adulting, and it's just like, hey, are you feeling well enough to hang out and do a podcast or 2 this week? He's like, I'm about 75%, but I'm running to the bathroom every 20 minutes. You're on your own this week. Bye.
Oh,
and I was like,
that's okay.
And it's just like, I feel because I did something because I was tired. I was surprised it's still up. I actually did a live reaction and watch along of X-Men 97 last night.
Oh, did you?
Yeah. The only thing I did is I didn't do the Disney Plus to StreamYard. I was on my phone with it.
Oh, okay.
And I kept the volume to a level where, I could hear it, and I think every other third word may have been able to have been heard.
And you didn't get a copyright strike or anything?
I didn't get a copyright. I didn't get anything.
Oh, what in the world? I can't. There's some trailers I can't even post, and they're trailers because of copyright.
Copyright. I don't know. As a fellow content maker with the whole copyright thing, does it seem extremely, extremely inconsistent to you?
Oh, absolutely. Like I used to be able to make a trailer reaction for anything Marvel. And then one day when the Wonder Man trailer dropped, they did not allow it to be posted. And I was like, okay, maybe they just don't want there to be like racism or toxicity surrounding it. Maybe that's it. But then they did it with Avengers Doomsday. And I was so mad. I did get it posted 3 hours later.
I decided not to even. Me and my partner in crime, we just showed movie posters and comic book covers because we talked about it, and I was like, I really don't want to take the chance of the mouse being, oh boy, Adam, you're my boy, but no, not today.
They allowed it about 4 or 5 hours later to be posted because YouTube, like you can still post it, but they'll say no one's going to see this video but you. And I was like, fine, just keep it there. I made it. And then later, like I said, like 5 hours later, I got a comment on it. So I guess they allowed it later, but it was so irritating. It was very clear that they wanted to get the headline Avengers Doomsday breaks this many views record or something like that. It was obviously what they were going for, which proves there's such a disconnect with them and their fans.
Oh yeah, it's all corporate. It's all mean. It's all really wanting them to be like, we broke the record for this.
Yeah, it's like you're gonna break a record anyways.
And like, don't you want to see your fan base happy and excited, and especially those who, have a love of sharing this with everybody else, sharing reactions and having a shared loving comic book family.
Yeah, no, they don't care one bit about that, and that annoys me a lot.
Oh yeah, because it's very weird. Because depending on the studio, when it comes to me doing DC trailer reactions, I've barely ever had a problem.
Yeah.
Star Wars stuff, I showed a clip from the Star Wars Holiday Special, and they're like, you can after you take the footage out, you can show the video again.
They got me, Star Wars did, because maybe it was 2 years ago, maybe they had the Star Wars convention, like the big one, and they showed the public some footage from the upcoming movie, and I was like, well, since the public can have it, I can post it. No, I got strikes everywhere because of it. And it's like, why'd you show it to the public if you don't want anyone to post it?
I found it funny that like every year at San Diego and New York, during all the panels, they're just like, don't no filming, no this, no that, and things still get leaked.
Yeah, and none of those people get in trouble for it, but we do. And I want to know why.
Yeah, I mean, the first Brand New Day trailer I had no problem with. The second one, I'm not sure. I showed so many things during that episode, I don't know what really got me. They should just clip all the stuff that you can't show out and you can post your episode.
I'm not taking anything out of my episodes because they said so. I don't want to, because usually I'm mad at that point. It's like, I worked hard to make this.
No,
I spent time.
I'm sure if I spent more time on editing and a lot of the other stuff, it's just me instead of me just going live and playing it and reacting to it.
That's true. Because I hate editing.
I hear about and every time I edit, I have to have my buddy JB be my eyes while I'm doing things.
Yeah.
So it's just like I try to be as considerate as, silent help is a privilege, but not a right.
Mm-hmm.
So I try to be as considerate to people as possible at times.
Well, that's the way to be.
We have X-Men 97. Do you think we are going to get Spider-Man 99?
I honestly think yes at one point, but I think it's going to be quite a bit down the road because we already have Your Friendly Neighborhood Spider-Man, and I can't see them spending that much time and money on 2 animated Spider projects. I think at one point we will get it though.
I think we'll get a cameo in an episode of X-Men 97 first.
Yeah. I think their whole focus right now is X-Men because, I mean, it's a great show. And they already are working on the 4th season, and we're not even finished with the 2nd. And
I'm hearing rumors it's gonna be renewed up to season 6.
It's renewed right now to 4. Brad Winderbaum wants to do 10.
So if they keep the quality up, then heck yeah.
Yeah, if they fix the pacing, they'll have a perfect show.
Yeah, like I said, and I agree with you on the everything that I saw that you said why is Beast even in this season, and I think I laughed. I said at least in my head I was like he's got more screen time than Storm though.
Yeah, see, it would
Not by
annoy me.
much.
Oh, not by much. It would annoy me a lot more if Storm was there and not doing anything like Beast. But he's just been along for the ride. He's just been hanging out, hanging out with his little mutant friends. And Storm's just been
And quoting
absent.
books.
Yeah. Yeah. Just like, what is he doing? And Storm, they're just like, why is she even on the title card if you're not going to show her? We saw her a little bit in the last episode, but that was it.
Yeah. You know, I'm also like, maybe that they won't do it to next season at this point. Surprised no Colossus in the title card yet.
Yeah, because he was at the X Mansion in the last episode. So he went back with them. So he's probably going to be there. I don't know why Forge is in the title card. What has he done?
I think so. He has. Yeah, we haven't seen those since like episode 4, maybe.
Something like it was. Yeah, because I think it was after the first 3.
Yeah, I think the last time we saw. Yeah, I think the last time I remember seeing him completely was in the first part of Apocalypse Arise.
Yeah. I believe you're right. And it's like ever since then, what has he done? Like if you're gonna have 9 episodes, don't cover a different group of mutants every episode.
To me, the two standout scenes out of the entire season was the season 2, the second episode with the ending scene with Jubilee.
She got her. Yeah, she got herself a hallway scene.
Yep.
Yeah.
And the opening scene of the Polaris episode where she just.
Yes, my favorites. She is amazing.
Yeah, because I think I watched your review of the episode right after I watched the episode.
She's just such a good character that's so underused. And in the comics, she's so underused. And it's like she's so representative of a lot of things that I believe in, like getting help for your mental health problems, like everything. She has such a rich background. And she's always watered down to Magneto's daughter or Havoc's girlfriend. And now it feels like they're watering her down again to just X-Men member or Bishop's possible love interest. And it's very irritating because she's so cool.
We do think alike because I in that the Exorcist episode, I was like, are they gonna make them boyfriend and girlfriend?
I would like them together. I think they'd be really cute. But
and
so I
the voice actors who portray the characters are having a blast playing around with each other on screen.
Yeah, I saw that. I interviewed the voice for Bishop, Isaac, and he is the nicest guy. He is so sweet.
That's awesome. A couple years back at New York Comic Con, and once again, shout out to Comic Books Unknown for allowing me to do this. I got to interview almost everyone in the 97 cast that was there that year.
Oh, that's so cool.
And I actually broke down and cried to the point where Cal Dodd had to like hug me.
He seems like he'd be the one to give you a hug.
Yeah, no, actually, he shared something on camera I never expected him to share. That he had a brother who was blind and deaf, so he like totally understood it.
Oh wow!
Yeah, I'll send you the episode, that little clip from that New York Comic Con.
Yeah, I'd like to see that.
Yeah, you know what? Where I got that Ellie, Allison Smith, Storm.
Mm-hmm. She's amazing.
And Matthew, who plays Magneto, he was a really nice guy.
I've heard everyone in the cast is nice. I've talked to Lenore. I talked to
Lenore, I have not had. I wanted to meet her at New York Comic Con last year, but it was like it was a mob scene during that whole section of the show.
Oh, I'm sure it was crazy. She's the nicest person. She's so sweet, but she's so funny and raunchy. Oh my God. I would go to battle for her.
Like I said, as soon as I step up, I'm gonna buy myself my own birthday cameo from her.
Oh, that would be cool.
Yeah, because I saw that she was on Cameo.
I didn't know that. I don't have Cameo, so I didn't. Oh, that's really cool. That's a good idea.
I got on ChatGPT and I was like, what cast members of the X-Men animated series are on Cameo? And she was the first one that popped up.
Oh, that would be a really cool birthday present.
Yeah, and I liked it. It wasn't all, but I was expecting it to be more expensive than what it was.
How much was it?
I think she's like $75.
Oh, that's not bad. I feel
So
like.
it's like maybe $15-$20 more than it is to buy an autograph at a convention.
Yeah, and if you're not taking a picture.
Yeah, so like I said, someone who grew up and who used, once again, another example of comic books helping cope. Growing up, I always equated disabilities with developing mutant powers.
Yeah. Yeah. Wow.
It's similar.
Yeah, of course.
So is there anything from the current slate of Marvel Comics that is like uber exciting you right now?
Uncanny X-Men by Gail Simone, that has me so excited. I have loved every single issue from that woman. That's another woman I would ride into battle with. She is amazing and she's so kind. And she you can tell she genuinely cares about these characters with how much work she puts into each and every one of them.
Yes. Not gonna lie, I'm a little bit a bigger fan of her DC work than I am her Marvel work.
Oh, she's fantastic all across the board.
Yeah, like I said, I think I just have a little bit more of an intimate connection to her run on Birds of Prey than I do anything else.
That's a great run, though. She's great, and she just wrote some for the Supergirl annual. Oh, I can't remember the name of it right now.
Yeah, like I said, I that's in my box of books that still need to be read.
Yeah, I loved that one. It was really fun.
Yes. So going into Supergirl, what were your thoughts on the Supergirl movie? Because once again, I couldn't understand why people were so negative and nasty about it.
I liked it. I had fun with it. I didn't think it was a perfect movie, but I didn't go in thinking it would be a perfect movie. It's so heavily based off the comic Supergirl Woman of Tomorrow, so I knew it would be a very niche movie for people who liked that comic or who read it. And I read it and I loved the comic. I had a lot of fun with it. I think Millie is an amazing Supergirl. I think she absolutely nails it for me. And there's so much hate surrounding it, but it's sadly expected.
Like I said, my complaint was, if you guys think the Supergirl movie from 2026 is horrible, here I'll gift you an HBO Max account. See how far you get through the 1984 movie with Helen Slater.
Yeah, no one wants to talk about it, but it's a female-driven movie. It's gonna get trashed on. It's expected. It's sad.
Like I said, I thought Momoa, there was enough Momoa to make you want more without it being over the top.
Yeah, and just there is also the part where just because you didn't like it doesn't mean you're sexist. The people are more than happy. You like what you like and dislike what you dislike. But if you're going out here yelling about her looks or treating her like crap because she's a woman, then you're a piece of crap.
And from what I've seen, she seems like a sweetheart in real life too.
Yeah, everyone at DC loves her. If Superman loves her, why don't we?
Yeah. Like I said, eventually I want to see her and Lobo and Superman and my boy John Cena all have a fight in the next Superman movie, hopefully.
That would be cool to pull in Peacemaker. That would be a lot of fun.
Yeah, I got to meet John Cena a couple weeks ago.
Did you? How was that?
It out of all, I've been doing this convention meet and greet scene for about 35 years now.
Oh wow.
And in the 35 years, he's probably the sweetest, like A level actor I've ever met.
Oh, I've heard just nothing but good things about him.
You know, I said, hey, can I just ask a quick question for my podcast real quick? And he said, yeah, go ahead. And I asked him, hey, if you're just getting the wrestling, what's some of your best matches to watch? He gave her, a couple suggestions of wrestlers that he faced that are better than him to watch. And I thanked him. I said, hey, man, thank you for your rap gimmick in wrestling. It's helped me, learn how to be a good amateur comedian. And he's like, oh, that's cool. And then, the person who helped me navigate the line helped me walk into the curtain. And then after she was gone, I shut the meta glasses off.
Oh, so you use meta glasses. That must make it somewhat easier.
Sometimes.
Oh, okay.
It really, because they have a sighted volunteer talking to you through the glasses, but depending on where I am and how many other people are around, everyone thinks I'm talking to them.
Yeah. I never thought about that.
It's I'm learning how to balance, so I'm usually telling someone to excuse me, and sometimes trying not to be rude and being rude at the same time doesn't help.
Mm-hmm.
Especially, when it takes me a couple minutes to adjust and get my bearings.
Yeah.
And then it's just like, no, I'm not trying to be mean or rude. I get nervous and I panic.
Yeah, of course. That's fair.
But like I said, they 9 times out of 10 the meta glasses are great.
That's pretty cool.
For someone who grew up wanting to be Daredevil, I wound up being a part of Daredevil and Iron Man at the same time lately.
Oh yeah, the glasses. That's Huh. I never made that connection there. So you really are just best of both of them.
Yeah, like I said, it's just and I have to remember the smaller little things, make sure you don't let the glasses go down to 20%.
Mm-hmm.
If you don't bring your charging cables, that might not work out well for you. Make sure everything is charged when you leave the house. How was your experience at San Diego Comic-Con?
It was very busy. There was not one point of any day that I wasn't just drenched in sweat because the panels, they don't really tell you where they are. And then you'll find out it's a mile away that you have to run to because you don't drive, that you run to one hotel to the other. And it was fun. It was great. I saw a lot of people. I saw some followers that follow me, and it was a nice experience. I thought it was really fun.
Maybe next year.
It's pretty cool. It's a lot because there's so many people. But it is something that I think everyone should experience.
I haven't been there since pre-COVID.
Oh, it must be so different now then.
I went the last time I was there was in 2019.
Oh wow. It was so right before COVID.
Yeah. And I went with my friends who, were gracious enough to go with me. We did the 6-hour drive from Vegas to San Diego.
Oh, wow.
They do not like crowds all that much.
Well, that was a heck of a place to go if you don't like crowds.
I wish you told me that before you volunteered to help out. She's not. I always wanted to go. We wound up, turning lemons into lemonades. That was the year I got to see all the cool panels.
Yeah, they have some of the best ones. This one was very DC heavy, and it was very cool.
Were you in the Hall H?
No, Hall H was horribly handled, and a lot of people there were so livid. They messed up the lines. They oversold the you had wristbands so you'd be able to get in. They gave way to too many people, so people who waited since their Hall H was on Saturday. People arrived Wednesday and waited in line. And some people who waited in line that long still did not get to get in, even though they had a wristband.
They must have been so livid.
People were screaming at the workers. I thought it was it was going to be a riot with how bad it was, especially in line. People were screaming, "Let us in." It was very bad. It was so bad that they had workers going around giving a QR code so we could complain.
Wow, I don't remember. Like I said, it's the last because I went every year from like 97 to 2001.
Mm-hmm.
Then I went from like 2007 to 2010. And 2010, I thought it was starting to get bad with Hall H. Because two people got into a fight on the line, and one stabbed the other with a pencil.
Oh my gosh!
And we were like, because which made everything get delayed by like an hour and a half.
Oh wow!
So waiting outside in that San Diego sun was not fun.
No, that's San Diego's sun. It's like there's no humidity, so it's not bad. But oh my gosh, that sun will kill you.
Are you going to be going to New York Comic Con this year?
Yes, I got approved for a press pass.
That's awesome.
Yeah, I've never been, so I'm really excited.
That's sweet. I don't know what my plans are for New York Comic Con yet, and like I said, I'm so focused on the other stuff and my real life that I'm trying to get rid of that I just have not, even thought that far ahead yet.
Yeah, it's there. I don't know what to expect from it. I think there's a lot that goes into it, so I'm just gonna go and see what happens. But I'm excited because I've never been to this many big conventions in a year. So I guess this is just the year to do it.
Yes. Like I said, and depending if I can pull it off, I would love to go to LA Comic Con.
Ooh, I've never thought about that one. What's so good about that one?
They usually just have like a really good guest list.
Okay.
Like if you're into like Kiwi reunions and more of the, they also really have a really good comic book creator guest list at the same time.
Mm-hmm.
And of all the cons I go to, it does have one of the better cosplay sites.
Oh, I'm sucker for cosplayers. I love them.
Yes. Cosplayers are angels sent from heaven.
They are. They just look so nice.
Yeah, no, like I said, being to someone who's sight impaired who goes to a lot of events by myself, there was one thing I can always depend on is that there will always be a cosplayer being like, "Do you need help?" Yes, please. Can you tell me I'm trying to find this particular booth? Well, you hang out with us for a little bit. We'll help you get there. Well, I've just made so many friends that way over the years.
Well, yeah. There's Comic-Con friends are so strange because you'll be friends with them for the rest of your life after meeting them for an hour.
Yeah, I've been two of my best friends I met at San Diego Comic-Con back in 1998 because we talked at an after party for a half an hour and said, "Come by my booth. I'm going to have a gift for you tomorrow." And it was an animated cell from the movie Heavy Metal.
Oh, wow.
Signed by Bernie Wrightson.
Oh my God, that's so cool.
And he's like, "Hey man," he says, he goes, "This is a good luck." He's like, "You remember how you said you were thinking about going to college?" He's like, "Promise you'll at least try going to college. This is a gift for you." I was like, "Okay."
Oh, wow. That's so nice. That's so heartwarming.
See, that's why I think what you're doing with anything within this community to give people a safe space and a little bit of hope, and making really, really friends that you keep for life with all that. It's just like, amazing.
Yeah.
What are some of your favorite things about having the Vigilante Vibes channel?
I think what I like the most is that it's my own place. It's my own thing that I can do really whatever I want and talk about the stuff I love as much as I want. And I can make it how I want. I can make it completely inclusive. I can make it a safe space where anyone of any gender, of any skin color, of any ailment, anything can go there and know that they're not going to be made fun of. They're not going to be belittled. They're not going to be put down, and they'll always be accepted.
Yeah, I mean, I would like to see that type of energy flow throughout the entire community sometimes.
Yeah, that was my whole goal when I first started. It was just to spread positivity in the fandom because it's not a very nice fandom.
I don't know if you agree, but to me it feels like it's, like either 100 degrees one way or 100 degrees the other way. It's either really, really super positive, but when it's negative, holy crap, is it?
The what?
I said when it's negative, it's like super negative.
Oh yeah, no, there's no in between. It's either you hate everything, it's all crap. It's the MCU died, Marvel Comics is trash, or it's like, oh my god, I love it so much. There's just no in between, and that's crazy to me because it's like you either completely love it or you completely hate it. How do you? There's not some things you just kind of don't like,
or that just aren't your cup of tea.
Yeah.
Guardians of the Galaxy is not my cup of tea, but I kind of dig a talking raccoon and a talking plant enough to be like, well, that's how they like. But if that's your favorite thing in the world, I'm not going to stop you from liking it.
Yeah, exactly.
But if I come to your house and that's all you hear from me is, I am Groot, I am Groot. If I leave you drunk in voicemails at 4 a.m. going, I am Groot, I am Groot, I am Groot, you're the one who dragged me to the Guardians of the Galaxy.
Oh, but we love Groot.
Yeah. I kind of wish Disney did more with those little shorts that they were making.
I liked those shorts. I thought my kids really liked them. I wish they would do more things like that.
That's why I don't get Disney. Amazon, stop. That's why I don't get Disney sometimes. It's just the other thing I really loved was Marvel Rising.
Yeah, it's so weird because they'll have something that everyone just loves, that it's just so positive, and then they'll say, you'll never see it again. And it's like, why? Why do you do that?
I thought a nice mix between the music and I thought the voice casting was phenomenal. I also think Dub Cavern's music label for not striking me down with the copyright thing, because I was opening up with the Spider-Gwen theme song for almost 6 months a couple years back.
Yeah. I haven't thought about Dove Cameron in a while. He just like dusted off a very dusty part of my brain.
Sorry about that.
Oh no. It's like I didn't know. Like you opened a part of my brain I forgot about. And I was like, wow, that's there.
Because she actually sang did music for the show too. So.
Yeah, she would make a really good Black Cat, I think.
I don't know. I'm at a point where I would love to see it unknown.
Oh, that's fair. I want all of them to be unknown, and they won't do it, and it works so well for Miss Marvel. So why can't you just just take a chance?
That poor Miss Marvel show got so much unfair hate.
Man,
do you see Marvel ever doing anything amazing with Kamala Khan?
I don't know. They did the Marvels, and she stole every scene she was in, and she's so universally loved by everyone. So I'm really hoping that the post-credit scene we saw where she was recruiting, like she was Nick Fury, they're way too old for Young Avengers now. So I think they'll be repositioned into the champions. So I'd really like to see that going forward.
Yes. I think we're going to see, unfortunately, I think we're going to see, Helly Stoutwald voice Gwen Stacy again before you see her in live action as Kate Bishop again. Though.
Yeah. And plus she just had a baby too. So she's grown.
Yeah. And I don't know. Like I said, I think they may have to, use certain actors in different recording booths for the Beyond the Spider-Verse because I know that her and one of her co-stars in that were having some beef.
Yeah, the guy who I think it's Shamik Moore, he made her very uncomfortable. He really liked her and she did not, and he made it very uncomfortable for her, and I think that's a really big bummer.
Yes. Like I said, I and a couple years back at New York Comic Con, his line was way too long. And then I decided to be a responsible adult, and I saw what my butt that was already starting to go a little over budget, and I was like, nah, I don't need to get a thing signed out all that bad.
I'm not a big signer person. Like I don't think I've ever waited in a line to get something signed. Just because what am I going to do with it? Stare at it? I just want to like meet you. I just want to say like, hi. I said hi. I got to meet them. I want that memory.
You see, sometimes depending on cost,
Mm-hmm.
To me, it's one of them excuse to be. Can I have a podcast? Can I ask a question real quick, please?
Yeah, I like doing that.
Yeah, like I said, it's just and it's worked, well for and against me depending on who the particular celebrity or personality or comic book creator was.
Yeah, it's very picky and choosy which ones it works so well with. But usually comic creators are the easiest to do it with. They're always so happy to talk about their work, as they should be.
Yeah, like I said, that's why I'm hoping I can make transportation work for this one-day convention and wherever it is in New Jersey, because they got John Romita Jr. on the guest list.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I want to meet him so bad.
I love his art.
Yeah.
I mean, I haven't. The last time I think I got anything signed with him was like back at San Diego Comic Con in the '90s.
Oh wow!
And it was because it was him and his dad signing together.
Oh, so you got some one thing signed by both of them?
Yeah.
But that I would get signed. I would get that because they're amazing, and plus both of them on one thing that's so cool.
It was to me. I think it was like one of the rare opportunities.
Yeah. Plus it's amazing.
Like I said, I got to thank John Romita Sr. for my appreciation of Blondes.
Oh, that's so nice.
Because I was always a Betty versus Veronica, Gwen versus Mary Jane kid growing up.
I was too. I like Gwen so much more than MJ.
I always thought that that Gwen would have made the better love interest.
For sure. MJ was always so selfish, and she still is. Now I feel like she's being forced down our throats in the comics.
I only started reading her as Venom because of Queen in Black.
Yeah.
And her Venom series gave me the one thing that made me jump up and down for joy for the entire year.
What?
No more Paul. No more Paul. No more Paul.
Yeah, he died. I thought they would keep him around for a lot longer. Just it seems like the Spider-Man writers hate the fans sometimes, so I thought they would keep him around. I
never thought in a million years that, and they make him at the end be a selfish, caring human being too.
Yeah, and he's just what was the point? What was the point of him?
To piss off the fans.
That's it. He added nothing else.
There is a great YouTube channel called Slice of Life.
Mm-hmm.
that does all these little parodies of, it's Spider-Man and Venom and the Spider-Verse all reacting to things.
Mm-hmm.
And they're always making fun of Paul.
They should.
What is
Paul
your
needs to be made
superpower?
fun of.
Stealing someone's girlfriend again?
It's true. He'd added nothing. He had no superpowers. He didn't do anything. He was just there for drama.
That was to me. I think that was corporate Marvel saying, "You really want us to undo one more day? No, we ain't doing that."
Yeah, yeah. That was a lot.
Yeah. So, where can my audience find you online?
You can find me everywhere by searching for Vigilante Vibes Podcast or Vigilante Vibes Pod. I am on YouTube, Facebook, Threads, Blue Sky, Instagram. Those are the ones I use the most. Don't look for me on TikTok. I don't use that at all.
It's too visual for me.
It's just, I don't know why people put so much focus into it. It's censoring all your content. You're at the algorithm's mercy. If everyone just
put videos on there, and that's only because I kind of was able to, with text to speech, figure out how to. I just want to learn how to upload something. I wasn't expecting it to get any views at all.
Yeah. Well, it's like some people use it for however they want, and I'm not here to judge, but I see people who are constantly complaining, saying, "Oh, TikTok is so hard to grow on. It's so hard to use. I feel like I'm wasting my time." It's like, you are wasting your time. You are. Put your time into something better. Like, go to YouTube Shorts. Just don't be at the mercy of TikTok. They change all the time, and they're not there for you. They're just there so you can buy ads. They're just there to make money. That's it.
And their stupid shop, and all the products in that shop are scams and that don't really work.
Yeah, and the people are buying things from it. It's just, why?
Yeah, my dad makes me laugh. He's like, I bought these chargers off of TikTok. And like 3 minutes later, he's like, MFer, these effing TikTok is an effing scam. I'm like, in my head, I'm like, I didn't want to say I told you so, but
this was it's something they need to learn themselves. It's really weird when you get to a certain age.
These energy reducing night lights that we can put on the light switches. I bought them off of the TikTok shop.
It's very weird when you get to a certain age and you have to start raising your parents. You're like, no, that was a bad idea.
I'm almost there. I know now that I'm getting older, and my dad just retired, and my mom is working full time but on a retirement schedule.
Okay.
It's just like she's doing it more to something to do and extra money for the grandkids and stuff like that.
Oh yeah, that makes sense.
And I laugh at them now. I'm just like, I hope it doesn't get to the point where I'm gonna have to, like, one day really super have to help take care of them. But right now they countless hours of entertainment.
Well,
especially my dad, because my dad is every sitcom dad I ever watched.
Those are the best dads.
All of a sudden he's just like, he's got to stop watching these TikTok conspiracy theory videos. Because he comes to me, he's like, "What's wrong with the world today? We had 4 earthquakes and a wildfire."
Yeah, TikTok can make you start thinking the weirdest things, and like I feel like the older generation is so quick to believe everything that's on there, so it's just not good for anyone.
Yeah. Like I said, that's all he's into is these weird Japanese short take soap operas.
More power to him. We all need something that makes us happy, even if it's a little weird.
Like, That's cool. He's happy. He's healthy. That's all I can ask for.
It's true.
And I just want to really say thank you for sharing some of your time with me tonight.
Oh, it was my pleasure. I had the best time with you.
Thank you.
Mhm.
I thank you for your content, keeping me sane and through the personal issues I'm in the process of taking care of at the moment.
Mhm.
So there's a couple of YouTube channels I can count on to calm me down and keep me sane.
I understand.
So it's like you, my good friend Cape Joel, who does breakdowns of all the new comics.
Oh, cool.
And my homie, the Russian comic book geek, who makes full motion, full cast motion comics.
Oh, that's cool. Well, I'm very honored to be on that list because they sound awesome.
Yeah. Like I said, and I love your sarcastic way of doing the reviews. There's a couple things I was like, that little link and in the window type stuff that you throw in there every now and then. It's like, and I think it was one of the Magneto episodes, and you're just like, and of course he's going to be a villain because that's the way he is.
I used to make them so professional, and I was like, this isn't me, because I'm just a sarcastic a-hole a lot of the time. And it's like, the people need to know.
Yeah. I really get a kick out of it. I really want to thank you for your Polaris video.
Yeah, that was a pleasure. She's amazing.
That did actually make me go and buy a T-shirt with the Jim Steranko cover of X-Men 50 on it.
Oh, that's cool. I want one. I'm gonna find one.
I will send you the eBay link.
Oh yeah, I'll take it then.
Tomorrow, because it's one of the places I buy a lot of my comic book cover T-shirts from.
Oh, because I never find comic book cover T-shirts. That would be really helpful.
That's what I miss. I mean, I grew like being a teenager in the late '80s, early '90s when a company called Comic Images was just putting the actual cover on a T-shirt and calling it a T-shirt.
Mm-hmm.
So they're pretty much akin to that type of an era of T-shirts.
Mm-hmm.
Like the early graffiti designs, it was just an accurate, replica of the comic book costume shirt.
Yeah. I love those T-shirts. They're just never find them anywhere.
Yeah. Like I said, so I got nostalgic and I went down this rabbit hole. I was like, let me leave now before I spend $3,000 on shirts.
That would be me. I have to comfort myself.
I was just like, and then I was like, and then I look at vintage T-shirts on eBay. I was like, crap! I wish I saved some of my old shirts. I see that. I was like, I would never spend triple digits on a T-shirt though.
No, never. No.
Because I know I would. The first thing would happen is it would rip, it would shrink, or I would spill something on it.
I would be too afraid to wear it.
Yeah, that too. The only T-shirts I would pay triple digit are I can find a OG high school graduation shirt from when I graduated high school.
Oh, that is such a niche thing to look for.
I've tried.
Oh, I'm sure. I don't know how. Like, you'd have to make it yourself.
Yeah, and then you have to remember everyone who. I'd probably have to go. That means I have to go and get a copy of the yearbook to get everyone who graduated in the class to put all the names of everyone in the graduating class on the T-shirt and all that. It's just way too much work.
So yeah, it's a lot.
But like I said, now that we've hung out on the playground together, don't be surprised if every so often I invite you to come back on.
I would be happy to.
Oh, you have a great night, Megan.
You too. Thank you so much.
Yep. Take care.
Bye.
Banner landmark button. Pause button. Clickable button. End screen. Clickable button.
And stream.
Outro. Click button. End screen. Button not yet. Button end.
There we
Button ends.
go.